All right, thank you, everybody. I just wanted to give a little more time so that you have some more attendees join the webinar. We want to thank everyone for being here today. We're excited to share some good information with you with regard to NACo's Pharmacy Benefits Management Coalition. And we don't have a whole lot of time together today, but we're going to save some time for Q&A after the presentation. I'd invite you to please, as questions come up, just put those in the chat, and I have a colleague that's going to monitor the chat and share those questions with us, and we'll be able to answer those at the end. If, however, after the presentation, which will be available both on our website and PPI's website, feel free to reach out to any of us and ask any questions that might come to you after the fact. So we have a really good panel today. We're excited to have the individuals here. I want to first introduce Supervisor Leticia Perez. She's a supervisor of the 5th District in Kern County. She's been serving as supervisor in Kern County since 2013. Her current term ends in 2029. She's been an outstanding representative, not only for her local region and county as a whole, but very engaged and supportive with CSAC Finance Corporation, of course, NACo and NACo Edge. I have to say, she's the embodiment of a great leader, just an amazing human being and an impressive bio, including a former governor appointee. So she's got a servant's heart, and she really cares about her employees and her benefits, and that's why she's here today. I want to thank Supervisor Perez for her schedule, being as busy it is, and still making this meeting today. For what it's worth, Kern County is the first county in California to bring this program on board. We also have Alex Herrera with us here today. Alex is the Managing Director of Public Promise Insurance with NACo Edge. Alex's career includes executive level positions in the benefits field. He prides himself on customer relationships and team building. We at CSAC FC in particular were excited and encouraged with NACo Edge for bringing Alex on board in support of this program. And then lastly, we have Tim Brown, not the NFL Hall of Famer Tim Brown, but nonetheless a powerful man in his own right. Tim's a partner consultant of Public Promise Insurance with NACo. And in his capacity, Tim supports and advises NACo's Pharmacy Benefits Management Coalition. Tim, like Alex, has an extensive background, but in particular in the public sector lines of benefit insurance. And certainly last and least is myself. I'm Rob Pierce. I'm Chief Operating Officer at CSAC Finance Corporation. We're a proud partner of NACo, and we're extremely excited to partner with NACo with this program, the Pharmacy Benefits Management Coalition. Our mission, of course, is to serve California counties, and we pride ourselves on services and resources at the highest level, which we believe this program achieves. In my prior 25 years of executive level public service, benefits were one of the areas that were near and dear to my heart. Obviously critical to employees, but at the same time, in this world we're living in with increasing medical costs, and
I
obviously
just need to
budget
explain ourselves.
shortcomings
Yeah.
and budget
Okay.
woes, programs like this are going to be critical. And I don't want to take Tim or Alex's thunder or Supervisor Perez, but we believe this program will save counties that have self-insurance programs in place significant dollars should they bring this program on board. So again, just want to thank you for taking time in your busy schedules to be here. And with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Herrera.
All right, thank you, Rob. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and hopefully everybody can see that. And I thought I would start by not assuming that everybody knows what NACo Edge or Public Promise is. So we are definitely 100% a part of NACo, but we've branded our financial services unit as NACo Edge. And under NACo Edge, we have different business services that we create and market on behalf of our member counties. We poll our counties. We look to see what are the most pressing needs that need to be addressed. And on my side of the triangle, the employee benefit solutions, that's where Public Promise Insurance fits. We look for ways to help counties recruit and retain employees. But you can't recruit and retain employees if you can't offer them attractive benefits. And money being limited, budgets being limited, you have to make the dollars stretch as far as they can. So my predecessor, Tim Brown, whom I will turn this over to in just a minute, last year, in conjunction with an advisory board of county officials and leaders, identified pharmacy spend as one of the leading drivers of cost at the county level. So what we decided to do was put together a program that can pool the resources of all counties and create an arrangement whereby counties can save money. And with that, I won't eat into your presentation any longer, Tim. I'll go ahead and turn it over to you now.
Great. Thank you, Alex, and good to be with you all. As we all know, pharmacy has trended significantly upward when you look at the costs for your healthcare plan, and those are extremely important when you look at the cost of your employee benefits as a county. And we want to, as Alex mentioned, find ways to help you attract and retain talent. So one of the ideas we had last year was to go in and look at ways to do that. As you can see from the slide, it's gone significantly up from the CPI perspective, and that's something that we've really been paying close attention to. One of the things that we really focus on is pharmacy costs and where they're on the rise. Well, in 2015, you may have seen about 10% of your claims going towards your overall health spend. Now you're seeing as high as 45%. And we really understand that that's becoming an increasing problem. As a result, the Pharmacy Coalition was built to really address those cost issues. Next slide. How does our program differ? One of our main focuses of our program is a focus on self-insured county health plans that offer a PBM service, which is the majority of programs. We focus on ways that we can work with state associations like CSAC where possible, and great partners like Kern County that are out there trying to offer the best employee benefits they can for their county employees. When you think about PBMs and who they really pay attention to, one thing we've really understood is that when you're out there competing for talent, you're doing so against really large employers quite often. And as you can see, companies like Walmart, Amazon, and FedEx drive significant value when it comes to negotiating with large PBMs that can be tough for an individual county to do. As a result, NACo approached the PBM market and said, we really want you to focus on us as one large county workforce. And when you do that, you actually look at 3.6 million employees coming to work every day for U.S. counties. And that's the type of leverage that we need to have the PBM see when they look at us from a contract and pricing perspective. As a result, we were very, very successful in those negotiations and did a full RFP with the support of actuarial firm Milliman, in which we went in and did an RFP, spoke to the CEOs of all the lead PBMs, and ended up awarding CVS Health, who was really a partner that stepped up and really wanted to make sure they could help control these county costs and help our public servants. So you may be asking yourself, what's the difference between my contract that I have today and the PBM coalition that NACo's built? And in reality, when you think about whether you're a county of 1,000 employees, 9,000 employees, 20,000 employees, you're attempting to leverage that size against a huge conglomerate like a CVS or an Optum or Express Scripts. And in reality, we really use the 3.6 million employees that come to work for U.S. counties every day, and we leverage that versus the individual size of a county. Additionally, this is the only coalition in America that's 100% county focused and focused on only serving the public sector. So we're honored to only focus in one area, which is our NACo membership, and we're proud to be a partner with great counties like Kern. The other area that we really focus on is removing any of those profit centers that a PBM could have so that we're truly passing the best net cost back to our employees as well as our county members. So in reality, when you're looking at your PBM, you need to make sure you're checking the right boxes, and that's why you go through your procurement processes. But in reality, what we've really been able to put together is one that's going to control that high-cost specialty spend, add a high level of service, but then also add all of the flexibility that you need to be able to make the right benefit options available to your county employees. One of our great initial examples, in addition to Kern, which I'll hear about in a moment, was Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. They were leaders and went through their implementation for January 1st of this year. And we were really excited to see that they were able to save 28% in the first year they're projected to save, which is almost $8 million of savings without having to make any kind of formulary or drug list changes or remove any kind of coverages from their employees. This is purely by taking the contract they had secured on their own and instead using our contract terms that we've procured as NACo. This is a great example of a county with 4,500 to 5,000 employees that's really able to come in and lean into our coalition pricing, again, leverage utilizing the 3.6 million person workforce. So we thank Mecklenburg as well as great counties like Kern, Maricopa, and the Montana Association of Counties who have been early adopters into this because they really see what we're trying to do, which is help our county members drive these costs down and give them a true seat at the table when it comes to dealing with PBMs like CVS. So at the end of the day, we can do things like create these great benefit programs, but do it at a responsible cost so that county employees continue to have great benefits.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. And thank you for the abbreviated overview. That presentation right there normally takes about 30 to 40 minutes, but we're on a time constraint. And we really want to turn it over to Supervisor Perez and Rob for the remainder of the presentation.
Yeah, Supervisor Perez, thanks again. We know how busy your schedule is, and we just sincerely appreciate you taking some time to share with us today. I shared with the group as we began your bio and your background, but also that Kern County is actually the first California county to bring this program on board after issuing an RFP, an extensive RFP in this area. And fortunately, this program was the successful submitter on that RFP. One thing I did want to share with the group too, that the upside to this, not only is your service provider, in this case CVS, the entity that you'll be dealing with, but oftentimes when service shortcomings might be occurring, you also have partners in NACo, and in our case here in California with CSAC Finance Corporation. So you kind of have three levels of support for the program. And with that, Supervisor Perez, maybe you could just share a little bit about the situation in Kern County and why you guys were so interested in this program and ultimately selected it. Maybe super. Oh, I think we just lost Supervisor Perez.
Okay, can you hear me?
We got you great now.
Okay, I am so sorry. I lost
You're
a lot
good.
of what you said. You were freezing out. My internet is unstable, so please forgive me. But I'm so happy to be here with you. My life has been so profoundly upgraded by my CSAC partnerships, friendships, relationships, really transformed to be able to have these kind of conversations with these kind of resources and the analysis that comes with, the big picture is absolutely priceless. I am so grateful. And I'll tell you, we really took this very serious. This is a very serious thing for us. We have had so much interest from the workforce about this particular matter for the obvious reasons you stated them, or they were stated previously, I think, perfectly. And so we went out very extensively and we asked for, all the interest that could possibly be so that we could test the market in a meaningful way, in a fair way, right? And look at the way in which our employees' expectations are changing and evolving, frankly, from what they see happening in other employers and around the nation. We felt we could do better. We had hoped to do better, and we were very serious about this. Our team spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of interest in going out and pursuing this. And what we discovered was the new carrier, the new system, provided some of the most basic expectations from our employee perspective. Take, for example, a customer hotline. I mean, this is really important for people. It's really important for me. I use it. I have 2 young children. This is the accessibility to information, the accessibility to professionals has been so profoundly, grown, exasperated through the absolutely stunning. The savings over the course of 3 years in the millions. librarians, literally advancing up the way. It was a no-brainer for us, and it was actually really exciting from our side to be able to upgrade this way. And he's that, often, they're just to these services. So, we really feel like it has been a profound and reconsider.
So sorry about that technology. What a wonderful tool until it doesn't work.
Can you hear me?
We heard
Sorry.
a lot of that, but it was definitely
Okay.
a little
Sorry.
spotty. You're fine. I was just joking that technology is a great tool until the shortcomings happen, right? So again,
That's
just
right.
kudos to Kern County and an extensive process. I think you had 15 submittals, and your staff and your employees. I know these things are often done through committee before they come to the board level. And you mentioned the 24-hour customer service hotline. I think customer service was a shortcoming previously, but CVS in this program, 95% customer service satisfaction rate. But the savings, you spoke to $4 million of savings over the 3-year period. It's critical. And as you know, Supervisor Perez, right now in California, I can't speak to other states, but budgets are tight, and employee benefits costs just continue to escalate. And to see this savings realized in Kern County, we're excited for you and really happy for you. And again, it's not just your provider. In a program like this, you have NACo Edge and CSAC Finance Corporation to lean on. So any closing thoughts, Supervisor Perez, or any other information?
I just want to again extend my deep, profound gratitude to the friendships, the relationships, the analysis that goes in by you guys, because you have the time and the expertise. CSAC Finance Corp, CSAC in general, has totally transformed my life, the lives of my team, Kern County, because of who you are. Your good faith and your brilliant expertise is incomparable. It's bar none. And I'm extremely grateful for you. Thank you. That growth continues to happen in so many arenas. And, you make me look good. What can I say?
Well,
Thank you.
the feeling is 100% mutual, and all kudos go to you, Ms. Perez. You're an outstanding leader, and we're lucky to have you. And just thanks for what you do. And yeah, the feeling's definitely 100% mutual.
Thank you.
Chase, any questions in the chat at this
All
point?
love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything looks good here.
All right, Spencer, did you have any Q&A you wanted to submit with Alex and Tim or myself?
We just had actually a
We just had
question
one,
come in,
yeah.
Rob. Yeah, if you see that one.
Yeah, I can answer that question, which is what
Perfect.
would I do as a next step? You would contact Alex. He can get his information out in the chat, or Rob as well. And what we would do is set up an introductory call with you and your HR team or benefits team. And from there, we can explain the program, get data requests in, and help show you a side-by-side cost and benefit comparison. So there's obviously that's complimentary for you all, and we'd love the opportunity to do that just so you can stack up your current program against our program. And our job is to show you those options so you can make an informed decision.
Yep. And just to add, Tim, you can call us directly, have your HR folks contact me or CSAC directly, or if it's easier for you, and a lot of times it is, just have your consultant reach out to me directly. We work with consultants across the country. We are not in competition with your current consultant. We work hand in hand with them. So just want to make that clear.
One more question there in the chat. Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, that's a great question. The question is, if my county is too small to meet the minimum number of employees, could I work with another county to go through the RFP? And the answer is that's a great idea, and absolutely yes. So many counties, especially in California, as you all know, partner up and look at if they could piggyback off each other's contracts. And we do allow that. So we give the same arrangement to all counties, and that would really be something that you should look into. And we'd love to have a further conversation with you and your team about. The implementation timeline is typically, 3 to 5 months, just depending on the complexity of your program and when your team's timeline lines up. So we like to get ahead of it a bit and usually try to start that before your effective date or your plan year effective date. So we can move a little quicker, but we want it to be a good experience for you.
Yeah, and for counties out there that are in a pooled self-insurance program, you can also talk to your the lead at your pooling entity and talk to them about this as well, and consider folding this into your benefits with regard to pharmaceutical services.
Great question just came on, which is, what if there's no CVS Caremark pharmacies in my country, in my county? Apologies. That's a very common question, and the good news is CVS has over 65,000 pharmacies across the country, Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS. So it's not just CVS Caremark that you have to go to. You can go to their full pharmacy network, which is one of the largest in the country. So you're not limited to just CVS Caremark in our program.
Give it a couple more seconds for another question, perhaps. But again, just want to thank everyone for being here today. We know how busy your schedules are, and this webinar will be available on NACo Edge's website as well as CSAC Finance Corporation's website moving forward. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can feel free to reach out to any and all of us. Supervisor Perez, want to thank you again for being here today. Thanks for what you do for Kern County and for California counties. We appreciate you greatly. Okay, I think we'll close out there. Thank you all. Take care.